Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making a highly requested $1 million pound cake. Now why it's called $1 million, I have not a clue. But we're going to make this cake today. It's going to be quite interesting because my ingredients, as it pertains to the amounts, are slightly different than what I normally do. But we're going to do this together, okay? Now we're going to start by using, as usual, Swans down cake flour. But you guys, we are using 4 cups today. 4 cups of Swans down cake flour. And to that, I've added ½ teaspoon of salt. That's it. No baking powder today. None, okay? So I went on and added the ½ teaspoon of salt, and I had said I wasn't going to sift, but I'm so used to doing it before I realized I was sifting, okay? So 4 cups of Swans down, ½ teaspoon of sea salt today. And then we have 3 cups of sugar. To that, we're going to add, we have 3/4 cups of milk, and it is room temperature. Then we have 6 large eggs that I've already cracked, and they too are room temperature. And y'all, today we are using 4 sticks of unsalted softened butter. By that I mean it's room temperature. Okay? And then we're going to do about a tablespoon or more of some pure vanilla extract. And you guys, I think I had mentioned last time in one of my most recent videos that I don't really use almond much, and here I am using almond again today. So we're going to use about a teaspoon of almond. Let me see, is that it? Oh, I'm going to use my, I changed from my paddle today to my whisk. And then I'll explain in just a few minutes why I'm using my whisk attachment today, okay? Of course, I have thoroughly washed my hands. Y'all don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty. All right, let's start getting this cake mixed up. Now, I mentioned not using baking powder today. And what I'm going to do with this butter, I'm going to start by adding my 3 sticks of unsalted butter. And I'm using my whisk attachment because I really need to incorporate air in this butter, okay? So that's going to help the cake rise today. And I just want to use this whisk attachment. For one, I like it, but I want to really whip up this butter and get that air in it, like I say, so it will help the cake rise. And in me communicating with this sweet lady, she mentioned me adding the extracts to the butter, and that way it will allow the flavor of all of my beautiful extracts to be incorporated through every step of the process of me mixing up this cake. So that's what we're going to do today. You know, sometimes we get so used to doing things one way, and we are afraid to try different things because we're just not used to doing it that way, you know. But we're going to do that today. So right now I'm going to go on and add my vanilla. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of vanilla or more. Sure did. And then we're going to add about a teaspoon of almond. Okay? Now again, I'm going to cream this butter by itself with my extracts, because I need that air in there. And I'm going to do this for probably about 5 minutes. And then once I've done that, I'm going to slowly start adding my 3 cups of sugar. Now once I get that sugar added, we're going to cream some more. I need it to be light and fluffy. So I'm going to imagine, I know I'm going to cream at least another 5 minutes. So this process may take me about 12 minutes or so, and I'm going to set me a timer. And once I get this creamed and the butter and sugar and the extracts creamed and they're fluffy, I'm going to stop, and then we'll come back and talk about what we're going to do next. Alright, I stopped my mixer one time to scrape it down. And I creamed just that butter and the extracts by themselves for about 5 minutes. And then once I added the sugar, we've creamed for about another 7 minutes, okay? So that's about 12 minutes in all. But do you see how light and fluffy this is? That's what we're looking for. Light and fluffy. You see how the color of that butter has even lightened up. Alright, so that's what we want. So now what I'm getting ready to do is add my 6 eggs one at a time. And I usually just mix enough to where the yellow, that yolk, kind of disappears. Okay, so adding the eggs does not take long at all. So once I add my 6 eggs, then it's going to be time for me to start adding my dry and wet ingredients, meaning my flour and my milk. You always want to alternate. You start with your dry ingredients and you end with your dry ingredients. And this is the part where you don't want to over mix. Do not over mix. Okay, so this process doesn't take long as it does creaming the butter and the sugar. Okay, so you'll see me add the eggs, and then you'll see me add a little bit of flour, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the milk, and then I'll alternate back and forth, ending with the flour. Okay, so once we get that done, then it'll be time to bake. Speaking of which, my oven is preheated to 300 degrees. So we're going to bake this cake today on 300 degrees. And it'll probably bake about an hour, 45 minutes. All right? Okay, so now I'm just gonna use my spatula, go around the edges and up under the bottom just to make sure everything is incorporated real good. During the mixing process, I did stop the mixer once to scrape down my bowl, okay? All right, I have thoroughly sprayed my cake pan with Baker's Joy. It's another thick batter. Ugh. I'm gonna eat me some of this good batter today. And when you plop it, I have to plop it in because it's so thick. Be careful not to let your spatula hit the side of the pan or the tube. And try not to get batter all down the tube either, okay? Okay, now we want to smooth out the batter and get it as level as possible. Again, my oven is preheated to 300 degrees. Okay. I hit it under the bottom to release air bubbles. Shake, 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 shake. Trying to get it level, you guys. Now, when I bake my cakes, I put them on, I adjust my racks to where I have a rack that's in the middle of my oven, okay? Again, 300, and we're gonna set the timer for an hour, and I'm gonna start with an hour and 35 minutes, but I expect it will have to bake about an hour 45 minutes, but I do want to check it to make sure I don't over bake it. You guys have never baked a cake with 4 cups of flour. Okay, I'm gonna go on and make my glaze really quick while the cake is in the oven. When I make my glaze, I never use a mixer. I always do it by hand, and I don't measure. It only takes just a couple of minutes, literally. If I were to guess, I'm using maybe about a cup and a half of powdered sugar. I'm just guessing. And then I'm going to add just a little drop of my almond. Add a little, you know what? I want to use my clear vanilla. Let's see. Use my clear vanilla by Watkins. And then we're going to add a couple of drops of my cream bouquet. You guys, I say it's a bakery in a bottle, but I didn't put in any in the cake today. Just a little bit of cream bouquet. And then what you want to do is add the milk a little at a time, because if you add too much, honey, once you get it in there, you can't get it out. So, and I like for my glaze, I like to start off with it kind of thick because it makes it easier to mix and get smooth. And then once I, get it smooth, I can add a little bit more milk to thin it out. Okay, and I see now that I need a little bit more milk. Just that quick. We have glaze. Y'all, I'm a glaze girl. If you're new and you don't know, if you're new, welcome. We're so glad you're here. I mean, for real, we're glad about it. But if you're new, then you may not know. I don't like icing in a cake. That takes too much time. Honey, listen. I don't have time for all of that. I commend you ladies and gentlemen that do all that beautiful cake decorating, because I declare y'all the real MVPs. But honey, I'm just a little simple pound cake maker over here, and I love a glaze. It's simple, honey. I be done put the glaze on here, and we be done had cake and ice cream, and y'all still be decorating them cakes. But some of you ladies and gentlemen do some beautiful work. It's just amazing. Oh, it's amazing what some of you all can do. Alright. Okie dokie artichoke. So that's it for the glaze. And the cake was just put in, so it still has a good hour. About an hour and 30 minutes. Right, we actually baked for an hour and 30 minutes. I'm sorry, an hour and 35 minutes. And it's an absolutely beautiful golden brown. So we're going to sit it here. She's going to cool for about 10 minutes before we flip her. Glaze is already done. So we'll flip in just a few. Alright, we're flipping. That's pretty. Look, you guys. That pretty golden brown. So once again, I'm not in any hurry. To glaze. And I want this cake to totally cool before I do so. So we're going to be sitting here for a little bit, for quite some time. You guys already know we won't taste this cake until later on tonight, so we're just gonna let her totally cool, and then we'll get her glazed maybe in a couple of hours. We are glazing. Glaze today using a spoon. How about that? That's how y'all do that. I'm just gonna use a spoon. I don't know why I'm using a spoon. I guess I just wanted to. And I guess I wanted to because I've never glazed like this before. I've always just poured it. $1 million pound cake with my heavy glaze that I just decided to spoon on with the extra glaze down in the hole. It is time.
Hey everybody! I'm gonna wash my nasty hands.
Don't get it with your nasty hands.
Somebody
Somebody gonna say, why'd you washing your hands in my kitchen?
I already started, so therefore, they ain't real nasty.
Well, honey, I say at least you washing them.
They kind of nasty because
How about that?
they're semi-nasty. Well, they're light nasty. They ain't, you know, my hands, they clean. I just clean them.
Fruitcake.
And I use fresh hot water.
And the paper towel.
Paper towel. Okay. Alright. Let me see. What we eating?
Okay.
Why you always...
I like this corner. Why do you have to ask me that every time? You already know what it's gonna be.
I like that corner too. No, you keep it, babe. Whatever. You work so hard. You took it for real.
For real. Indeed. Here.
Just... I mean, your piece is getting bigger and bigger, Donna. Just get my own piece. Give me my own piece.
That's your piece right there. I'm helping you help you. I keep telling him, y'all, I'm trying to help him.
You been... All the help you're giving me is...
That's good. I have never made a cake this big before. Move over to the right a little bit.
That's a tall.
You may not be able to tell. A little bit, babe. You see you're not in the frame all the way. Y'all, that's good. I'm trying to get close so y'all can see. Okay, you got to do the thumbnail. He ain't bit more looking.
What kind is this one?
You
I'm sorry. I was just thinking.
Oh no, you snatched real quick.
Everybody.
That's so good. You want me to take this part?
Yeah, I want you to take this part. Well,
That's had a little.
whatever part you want, baby, whatever part you want. Because you work so hard at this. Take whatever part you want, baby.
I was gonna try to get a little bit more. Well, that's the crunch. No, not the crunchy end, but anywho, y'all.
Go ahead, baby. Just take whatever
He'll be
you want.
wanting to share, y'all.
I
Y'all
do,
see
babe.
how
I'll share,
stingy he
please.
is. It don't make no sense.
You know, here, babe. What do you want?
I've been doing good, so I'm gonna keep doing good.
Okay, you do good, baby. You did good.
But this is $1 million pound cake. I don't know why they. Y'all, please tell me why it's called $1 million. I don't know.
So you gotta like cut the cake open and $1 million in there or something?
I don't know why they calling it $1 million. So y'all know why it's called $1 million pound cake. But I've had so many requests. It's my first time doing this cake. Y'all, it's good. It really is. And it's certainly taller because I used 4 cups of cake flour rather than 3.
So the more flour you use, the taller it get?
It's gonna be more cake. Hey, that's common sense.
I'm gonna make a tall cake. I got like 9 cups of flour.
Okay, we're gonna give you some box cakes.
I'm gonna get a pot.
We're gonna let
My
you practice
cakes.
with a box cake.
I got practice with a box cake like I'm a training wheel cake maker. You know, training wheels, girl. I take my wheels off.
You're gonna be a training wheel cake maker.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even eat all of it. I just took a bite of it to save you some. You ungrateful. You ungrateful. That's good, y'all. This is why they have to get the whole cake out of here the next day. Y'all, this is good. This is good. Lord have mercy. Okay. Anywho, $1 million cake, baby. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching.
We love you $1 million. That goes with the $1 million thing.
I know, baby. subscribe, please subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. That's when you get shake something. Shake something. Shake something. Shake something. Shake something. Let me give y'all a little shoulder action.
What do you mean? Hold on, put your shoulder, girl. Doggone, what you doing, Donna? You changing. Donna, y'all, them people, girl.
Stop, you so silly.
You cover yourself up. Don't make me start showing stuff, girl. I'll show stuff too.
What, that baby? Thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us, look babe, again next time.
You glaze yourself. Glaze yourself, woman. Glaze yourself.
Bye. Tell them bye. Why you got me like I got a big beard bone?
Baby, it's protecting you. I'm protecting you. You don't know.
Bye.
You better quit
Okay.
showing yourself up.
You so silly.
Glaze girl, you a glaze girl.